What do you know about my story?
Are you ready?
Who was the first president of the United States? Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. George Washington. In which year did World War II begin? 1914, 1939, 1945. 1939. Who was the leader of Nazi Germany? Benito Mussolini, Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin. Adolf Hitler. Which empire built the Colosseum? Greek Empire, Roman Empire, Ottoman Empire. Roman Empire. Who discovered America in 1492? Vasco da Gama, Christopher Columbus, Ferdinand Magellan. Christopher Columbus. What wall divided Berlin during the Cold War? Iron Wall, Berlin Wall, Cold Wall. Berlin Wall. When did World War I start? 1914, 1918, 1939. 1914. Who was the first man to walk on the moon? Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, Yuri Gagarin. Neil Armstrong. Which country was ruled by pharaohs? Greece, Egypt, Rome. Egypt. What was the main cause of the French Revolution? War, inequality and taxes, religion. Inequality and taxes. Who was Julius Caesar? Egyptian king, Roman leader, Greek philosopher. Roman leader. Which civilization built pyramids? Romans, Egyptians, Chinese. Egyptians. Who was the first emperor of China? Qin Shi Huang, Confucius, Sun Tzu. Qin Shi Huang. What was the Renaissance? War, cultural movement, religion. Cultural movement. Which country started the Industrial Revolution? USA, Germany, Britain. Britain. Who was Napoleon Bonaparte? King of England, French military leader, Roman emperor. French military leader. What year did the Berlin Wall fall? 1989, 1991, 1975. 1989. Who led the Soviet Union during World War II? Lenin, Stalin, Khrushchev. Stalin. What was the Cold War? Military conflict, political tension, religious war. Political tension. Which country dropped atomic bombs in World War II? Germany, USA, Japan. USA. Who was Martin Luther? King, religious reformer, general. Religious reformer. What was the Roman Empire known for? Technology only, roads and law, farming. Roads and law. Who was Cleopatra? Roman queen, Egyptian queen, Greek goddess. Egyptian queen. What was the Silk Road? River, trade route, war. Trade route. Who was Genghis Khan? Chinese emperor, Mongol leader, Japanese shogun. Mongol leader. What was the Black Death? War, plague, famine. Plague. When did the American Civil War begin? 1776,
1861,
1914,
1861. Who was Abraham Lincoln? Soldier.
as president,
King.
as president,
What did the Magna Carta limit? Church power. King's power.
army,
King's power. Which empire ruled much of the Middle East? Ottoman Empire. Roman Empire.
British Empire,
Ottoman Empire. Who was Leonardo da Vinci? Scientist only. Artist and inventor. King. Artist and inventor. What was D-Day? Battle.
Allied invasion of Normandy,
Treaty.
Allied invasion of Normandy,
Who was Winston Churchill? As leader.
British Prime Minister, French General, British Prime Minister. What caused World War I? Assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand,
Economic crisis. Revolution.
assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Which country was the Soviet Union?
Russia and allies,
Germany. China.
Russia and allies,
Who was Mao Zedong? Japanese leader.
Chinese Communist leader,
Korean king.
Chinese Communist leader.
What was the Great Wall built for? Decoration. Defense.
Trade,
Defense. Who was Alexander the Great? Roman leader. Greek conqueror.
Egyptian king,
Greek conqueror.
What was the Cold War mainly about? Territory, ideology, religion, ideology.
What year did the Soviet Union collapse? 1989, 1991, 2000. 1991. Who was Queen Victoria? French Queen.
British Queen, Russian Empress, British Queen. What was the Industrial Revolution about?
Farming.
Machines and factories,
War.
machines and factories.
Who was Karl Marx?
Philosopher,
King.
Soldier.
philosopher.
What was the Cold War rivalry? USA versus USSR. China versus Japan.
UK versus France,
USA versus USSR. Who discovered penicillin?
Newton,
Fleming. Einstein. Fleming.
What was apartheid?
War. Racial segregation.
Religion,
Racial segregation. Who is Nelson Mandela? President of South Africa. King. General. President of South Africa. What was the Crusades?
trade,
Religious was. Revolution. Religious was. Who was Ivan the Terrible? Russian Tsar. French king. Roman leader. Russian Tsar. What was the Byzantine Empire?
Eastern Roman Empire,
Asian Empire.
African Empire, Eastern Roman Empire.
Who was Julius Caesar assassinated by? Senate members.
Army,
King. Senate members.
congratulations, you know something.